Hey everyone, Renee with Eat, Evolve, Inspire. We're now at the point to put this bad boy casserole together that I've been making all the ingredients for, and I just want to recap what's going to go into this before we start layering it. So in this dish, I've sauteed leeks and shallots. This dish has sauteed celery root, and I put some steamed cauliflower in here as well. A little bit of parsley in with that. That was sauteed in coconut oil. In this pan, I've cooked up some ground pork mixed with kale, flat leaf Italian kale, because I like the texture mixed of that. And over here, we have a sauce that's gonna go on top of that. It's a coconut cream, chicken stock, and goat blue cheese base. So, just like making lasagna, what you wanna do is you wanna make sure that all your ingredients that really need to break down are somewhat pre-cooked, because if you put all of this in here raw, there's just no way it's going to turn out with a texture that you're gonna like. It'll be watery, it'll be miscooked. So even my cauliflower in here was steamed ahead of time so that it's partially cooked, it's not raw. Now I'm gonna put a little bit of the leek and shallot, and because this is a really wonderfully mild flavor, I want to spread it out and use it on another layer as well. I'm gonna put a little bit of cheese in here. This is a sheep's milk Israeli feta, one of my very, very, very favorite cheeses. This is gonna add a little bit of salt and a little bit more creaminess to the dish. And then in addition to that, I'm gonna put a little bit of cracked black pepper on here for some flavor. And I'm doing that because all these ingredients are pretty mild. I didn't overspice anything. All right, so now we're gonna add a level of kale and pork. And again, I used, for this dish, this time I used flat leaf Italian kale. It's just a different texture than the curly kale. But you can use either. You may have some other vegetables you want to try, like some Swiss chard, spinach is another thing that you may want to add in here. So you see this is building up to a really, really nice layer here. And I want to tell you a little bit about how, we're going to do another layer of the celery root here because I got a little bit left. Celery root was not a vegetable I was very familiar with until my really good friend Susan, who is an excellent cook, told me about it. And she was using it in things like cauliflower mash and parsnips when she was mashing them. And it adds just a tremendous, tremendous flavor to dishes. Very mild and yet very rich at the same time without being overpowering. Okay, so now I got another layer going here, just about at the end. And I'm going to put a little bit more of this on. I'm going to skip the cheese on that level because I'm going to do it again. I wish you could smell this. It's pretty darn amazing. And I'll tell you, this isn't even the best part. When this bad boy comes out of the oven, it is spectacular. And even a day from now, after it's been cooked and sat a little bit, it's wonderful. So depending on the ingredients that you have in here will determine how long you actually need to cook it, and of course the size of your pan. If you do a dish that's half this size, you won't need to cook it as long. I bake in the oven at 350, and in a pan this size, my guess it's probably going to take a good 40 to 45 minutes. So the last thing we're going to do is we're going to add our chicken stock, coconut cream, blue cheese mixture. And we're going to pour this just over the top lightly. Now the ingredients in this dish are pretty wet. And if you know what that means from a cooking standpoint, the ingredients themselves, even though they're all sauteed and ready, are somewhat wet. So you don't need a really, really thin sauce in this dish. This is great. I'm not even gonna do much more because it will cook right down into that. That's the dish. I'll put all the ingredients in the show notes, and then we'll take a picture at the end of what this looks like when it comes out of the oven. Thank you everybody for watching. Eat, Evolve, Inspire on Facebook. Friend me at Renee Pathidis on YouTube and look for more of my cooking videos. Thanks for watching.